Alright, Chad, it's been a long time since I actually made a video. I forgot what to do. This is being recorded after the Backrooms movie came out, so I'm like super late on this. Should I be doing this? I don't know. I already had it, so might as well. I found this iceberg on Google, and it turned me to a Reddit post. So credit goes to the original creator, not me. This is not mine. I once said that every iceberg on this channel was custom made, and it used to be. And then I found one. This is kind of awkward, honestly. But I don't know. I forgot how to make an intro. To be completely honest, I don't think I ever knew how to make it. So you guys want me to talk about the Backrooms? No one asked me for it, but I thought, why not? You know, it's piquing my interest. The movie is like right there. Should I go see it? I don't know, maybe. I might. Don't mind my glasses. I cannot fucking see anything. I can probably take them off. I cannot see anything anymore. Tier 1, first tier. Level 0 is the first level of the Backrooms. It's the piss yellow room that everyone knows. That's it. No clipping. The method of how people enter the Backrooms. It's kind of like accidentally falling through the floor in a video game. That's really the only way I know how to explain it. If you're not familiar with the Backrooms lore and stuff, there's more than just one level, hence why it's called Level 0. It's kind of self-explanatory. Backrooms games, you've probably seen one and it was probably bad. Backrooms games exist. I've never played one myself, but the closest thing I got to a Backrooms game was that section in Trepang, where you fall into the backrooms out of nowhere. You know what? It was fucking sick. I'll give it that. It was fucking sick. Mr. Ferrante is a YouTuber who makes stuff about the backrooms. I don't know why he's in here, like him particularly. I feel like there's a lot of people who do this, but this is an earlier iceberg. This was made about 4 to 5 years ago as of me doing this. Maybe he was just one of the earliest, I'm not sure. The backrooms have a lot of entities within them. If I were to nut in my girl, could I consider her womb the backrooms? Because I'm putting a lot of entities in there. That's a horrible joke, I'm so sorry. The original description of the Backrooms does mention an entity in there, but they don't describe it physically or even show it. Honestly, I feel like the Smiler entity might be the most popular one. Like, if you've seen something Backrooms related on like YouTube or something, there's probably a fucking smiley face just there. I see them a lot on like YouTube thumbnails. That's probably the most popular one. I am a little distant from the Backrooms lore and stuff. I'm not very sure. I'm going and learning as I'm doing this. If anyone would like to correct me, go ahead. I actually want to know. I don't have the proper gauge for like Backrooms popularity. The MEG, the MEG. The MEG is a company that explores and documents the Backrooms. The Backrooms has a lot of lore, but I don't know how to go about it. I'm not sure if there's official Backrooms lore. It's just stuff people kept going with. Like, nobody owns it, right? So there's no official canon, I assume. It's hard. I don't know. I don't know if it's a community thing like the SCP Foundation is, or what is it really? I'm not sure. Like, who contains all of that? I know they have their wikis, and that's how I'm getting a lot of this information. But like, who's the judge here? Who says what is canon and like what is not? Almond water. Apparently, you can find almond water in the Backrooms to keep up your sanity. What the fuck does almond water even taste like? Like, you're telling me this almond made some water. Yeah, right. Next you're gonna tell me she loves me back, bro. Okay, buddy. Also, there's fake almond water on level 5 that's called liquid pain. They probably just put a Dr. Pepper machine in there. Like, ain't nobody like Dr. Pepper, bro. You're all lying to yourself. Who the fuck is buying this shit all of a sudden? You're all lying. I'm gonna just say that. You're all liars, and I would rather eat ass. Dude, that shit tastes like dick. You know how I know how dick tastes like? Because I've had a Dr. Pepper. It's kind of like Red Bull tasting like irradiated piss. And you know how I know how irradiated piss tastes like? Because I've had a Red Bull. Partygoers, this is actually my first time hearing about these partygoers, but they are tall, bipedal creatures with leathery skin and are most typically found as bright yellow and don't really have any features outside of having a cartoonish smile on their face. It said that they're pretty smart, can operate machinery, and properly traverse the backrooms themselves. It's unknown how, but apparently they can latch onto you and turn you into one of them, right? Assimilation. They're also said to be really hostile and have the ability to create levels in an attempt to lure people into thinking that they are safe. So basically, they're bitches. Level 6 is known as Lights Out. It's a level of the backrooms with no light, in which people must traverse multiple empty metal rooms. It's said that the main way to navigate is just by touch, and because the level is very sensory depriving, people tend to experience paranoia and anxiety and get freaked out and just don't like it in there. It's no good, it's no bueno. Hounds are humanoid, dog-like entities that crawl on all fours and maul you if provoked. It's said that you can intimidate them with direct eye contact. They must have autism. Do not look at me in the eyes. Smilers, I just mentioned these guys. Smilers are generally really hostile and can be identified because they kind of glow in the dark. Smilers tend to be found on levels 2 and 3, and the best way to escape them is also by maintaining eye contact. Survival difficulty is just the rating of how likely you are to survive a specific level. Wikidot and fandom. I don't know why this is on here, but the backrooms have a Wikidot and fandom page as well. Again, I'm not really sure why this is on the iceberg. It's pretty old. So I assume this was relevant information back in like the good old day of 2021, probably. Was 2021 good? I don't think it was. A Thousand Dumplings or Ray is a Backrooms wiki moderator for the Backrooms community. I guess that solves my question. There really is an established canon. Ray also contributes to the lore, having created the partygoers and the level Fun, which is a level that is pretty much controlled by the partygoers, and you can find Ray on YouTube at A Thousand Dumplings. The front rooms is basically the normal world. This is just the term they use for anywhere outside of the backrooms. Anywhere within the confines of our normal reality. I guess that's a better way to put it. The Metro, also known as Object 39, is a large subway train that seems to be self-driven and has been seen passing by multiple backrooms levels. Not much is known about the Metro, but the Meg have conducted a few tests on it apparently, and it's theorized that it's actually more than just one train, due to its differing descriptions by wanderers who have seen it. Inside, it's said to be completely empty, no humans, no entities, even no valuable objects inside. However, at times, magazines or newspaper written in unknown languages can be found. It's not exactly known how the Metro travels through levels yet, but it's just there. There's a parrot you can find in the backrooms, named Jerry, like the mouse, or like the Seinfeld. I fucking love Seinfeld, actually. It's actually no bueno to try and like interact with him because he can indoctrinate you, and we all know how indoctrination goes. It makes you like kids. Jerry's followers can actually be found on level 274. They are said to act like mindless zombies and attempt to spread the word of Jerry, and once they reach Jerry's home, they worship the bird like a god. Some phrases they use are, Jerry is everything, Jerry is what I live for, all hail Jerry. The good news is you can try and tame him using almond water or sunflower seeds, but who the fuck carries sunflower seeds? Jerry can typically be found in level 1, or if he's feeling a little adventurous, you can find him occasionally on level 2. Colonies and outpost. There's a guy on this post in the comments who actually described and gave the definition for everything, but he kind of just did not do a very good job at explaining a lot of these. It looks like he gave up. And a lot of his explanations kind of come off condescending for not knowing about random internet horror lore. So, like the proper Mexican that I am here to take his job. Colonies and outposts can refer to two things. One, it's possible to find a colony of people and their outposts within the backrooms. Or two, the backrooms colonist or explorers is a colony made up of groups and factions all under an elected leader. These guys are the second largest group in the backrooms, only second to the Meg, and are seen across hundreds of levels. So lore has it that in an attempt to become more welcoming to wanderers, and even with each other, the colonists became less formidable over time. This was due to various conflicts and internal reforms on top of having had some of their outposts be scaled back or even abandoned so other colony members can just take them for themselves. some of their divisions straight up just broke away as well. So if you find yourselves in backrooms, it might not be an entirely bad thing to join a colony. They do allow you to have individual freedom and control of your actions, so it doesn't sound that bad. And it's said that some members leave and join colonies at their own will. Plus, it seems like you can just ask them to join and they'll let you in. Or if not, if you're just on your own, they'll still be friendly. Overall, it doesn't sound like a bad idea, but I assume you would want to get the fuck out of there instead. Facelings are a general term for people that have no face within the backrooms and are said to be most commonly found entity. Said to be the most commonly found entity. There we go. They vary in description, but they are just people, adults and children. Adult facelings are said to be friendly but can be hostile if provoked, while child facelings can be hostile, kind of ganging up on you. They'll hunt you down like little packs of like 2 or 3. They're like fucking little velociraptors. Actually, a better example would be like Coelophysis due to the size. Child facelings are said to be usually female and carry sharp objects, but sometimes they won't actually hurt you. They'll just try to scare you. Mean little bitches, honestly. I had to go and find another Reddit post to know what these are, but negative levels used to be a thing within the Backrooms lore. The wiki used to cover them and their lore, but apparently they had them removed. Some comments do say that these negative levels became positive levels and weren't removed entirely. Most likely their numbers were just changed. The staff for the wiki fandom does claim that these negative levels had little to no reason to exist. My guess, as someone who's not involved with any of this in any type of way, they might have been like low quality or just didn't fit in with like the aesthetic or I guess they just didn't fit in. I do see that there are YouTube videos covering negative levels, but I don't know if they give a definitive reason as to why they changed or maybe even decanonized. Insanities, or wretches, also known as Entity 15, are hostile zombie-like people. They're the result of wanderers who pretty much broke the scale on how insane someone can go while trapped in the backrooms. They're described as hostile, intelligent, skeletal, and mutated. I hope I'm saying this one right. Nostalgia Gaius, as the wiki says, an amalgam of former senior Meg archivist A. River and the spectral remnant of a deific being. The air just turned on in my house. That scared me. It looks like a Roman sculpture with a female appearance and resides deep in an inaccessible area of level 404. Gaius is said to be able to glitch visually, and it loses its geometric integrity and causes wanderers distress while in its presence, and this even distresses the entity itself. The King is an entity that can be found at the top of the castle of Transparent Mountain in level 94. That was hard to say. The way he's described is honestly kind of funny to me. It's like they make him sound all good, but whatever it comes off as all good is just not good, right? Like you can't question, or you just shouldn't question him because he can do no wrong. But as we all know, there is no good king, except the Kong. To quote the lady in the porn video I saw one time, "Oh god, oh fuck." There was a joke level actually named "Oh god, oh fuck," and the only entry in there was the Pope himself, John Pope. The description, and I quote, "Dude, I don't fucking know, the Pope showed up and sent everyone straight don't to hell. That didn't pay for indulgences, he killed 40 of us, he's gonna destroy the fucking Meg, we're all gonna fucking die." That is all. Wi-Fi seems to be available in the backrooms, so you can watch racist reels on Instagram instead of getting out, just like your boy here. It's unknown who is in control of this network, and it is stronger on some levels. The wiki has an addendum that states that, and I quote, "Due to the way time flows in the backrooms, it is possible to communicate with those from the past and present simultaneously, though this does not cause any paradoxes for reasons unclear. This has led to the theory that if an escape from the backrooms is ever found, the people trapped would likely return to the exact moment they no-clip out of reality, as if nothing ever happened. However, this cannot be proven." Actually, a rather interesting piece of lore that's just stuck in like the most butt-fuck places. Entity 1 is just humans. So here's the entire history of humans. Back in the long ago times of, time, Earth used to orbit Saturn, and when Jupiter came along, it dragged Earth away from Saturn and shot Earth closer to the Sun. This severed the connection Earth had with Saturn, but to this day, Saturn's negative energy waves influence us on Earth, causing us to stay in a state of constant despair. From here, we get to the Jews. The biggest of level 5 actually piques my interest, I'm not gonna lie. He tries to make himself seem friendly, but he says he knows everything about you once you meet him, and that's obviously fucking creepy. He knows you're scared given what you went through in previous levels, and he offers to strike a deal with you, on the condition that you do a couple things for him first. Are they sexual? Who fucking knows? Probably. He is a fucking octopus. Ugh. His description names him as Entity 18 and describes him as, quote unquote, not to be fucking trusted, despite how nice he makes himself sound. Lastly, it says he makes himself seen to those who he wants to be seen by, and if you spot that thing out of the corner of your eye, it's already too late. You don't discover him, he discovers you, and this might be a little too niche, but there's a Lego spy minifigure with a similar description. I think it says something like, you don't call the spy, he finds you. I don't know why it reminded me of that. But this guy seems kind of cool, honestly. I don't know if there's more on him, but I'd love to see more on him. The Hive, or level 276, is an anomalous physical level which births entity species and is an amalgam of just biology and anatomy. It's this clusterfuck of like bones, muscle, tissue, and flesh. It's described as a birther, but also kind of like a corruptor, reshaping what was once dead into new monstrous life forms. The Game Master is a jester-like puppet that tries to lure people into her level and challenge them to a game of their choice. One might say, el chico que se parece a Pom. She's known to be a sore fucking loser, as she tries to cheat a lot despite insisting on rules and will be a bitch to you if she loses. So, in turn, she tends to structure her games in a way that will guarantee the outcome goes in her favor. It's not known when she first appeared, but accounts state that she knows of games from the 1900s, and others say that she knows of even earlier games. Although she does try to pass off all these games as her original creation, the Game Master resides in the Gaming Hall, or level 389. Level, that's too many fucking numbers to read, is a level that is just completely empty, but has two different parts. Point 1, which is a borderline empty garden of mulch, that's it. And point 2, which has heavy fog and almost every common entity there. Point 1 is described as having a mulch floor and tile ceiling, but no known walls. Point 2 is described as almost the same, but the mulch is now dirt, as well as having no known pictures. It is believed, though, that this level is where all the mating happens, and it may be connected to the hive, so calling it freaky is not out of the question for both definitions of freaky. The whiteout and blackout are two sister levels that feature heavy sensory deprivation. The whiteout is a level that keeps blinding white lights that cause blinding over time. It's generally filled with furniture, art supplies, and objects that shift around, often being described as an unfinished art gallery. And then the blackout is just the complete opposite. It resembles an old decaying home with cobwebs, mold, and broken floorboards. Unlike the whiteout though, this one features hostile entities, right? We previously mentioned some of these, right? The hounds, the smilers. It even has an exclusive entity known as the Bride, which is a ghost that follows wanderers. You can even enter the blackout by finding a dark door while traveling around the whiteout, but going through this door will lock you inside. This is known as level 484. Omega, or Entity 128, was a reality warping entity that was designed to create new realities for the Backrooms. It said that a human corrupted its files, therefore destroying it or deleting it, probably the same fucking thing. Backrooms Tales, I don't know why this one is so low, but I assume this means people who created their own backroom stories, of like themselves or like a character going through the backrooms. Level infinity can refer to a few different levels, it seems. 1, a liminal airport, 2, an endless staircase, and 3, an endless connected bedroom. Endless connected bedrooms, there we go. That's what I typed. Overall, it's meant to just be like an ultimate level. Entity 27 or Athenian ducks are white fluffy ducks that you can find on level 302. They're literally just ducks. Dead Zone is one of the survival difficulties and seems to be the worst one actually. If you end up in a survival difficulty Dead Zone, you're just fucked. Like, bye. There are known Dead Zone levels, it seems. Level 790, 777, 11.2, and 0.00 are all classified as dead zones. Extinct entity can refer to a few different extinct entities, but I think it's referring to just one, and I assume it means the party boopers. These guys were wiped out by the party goers, and this happened in something known as the Fun War. They're the complete opposite of party goers, right? As they are peaceful and passive, that's probably the same thing. They're described as humanoid with black hoodies and blue masks with a sad face. It's also said that they were protective of human wanderers too, and used to exist in level 52. The Backrooms is a purgatory. I think this entry is just a theory that suggests the Backrooms is actually purgatory. Maybe some people could see this as a space in between life and death. If you survive, you get to go back to your normal life. If you die, well then you go wherever fate decides it wants to take you. This is not canon to anything, I assume. It's just a theory, and I also think that it's just a theory. Some other people also think that this is just a theory. Unless the creator of this iceberg meant something entirely different, I assume this is what this entry means. POI, or persons of interest, are usually documented humans, but not limited to humans, that have significance to the backrooms themselves. They're not entities, but rather like historical figures, as stated on the Backrooms wiki. You've been to the Backrooms before. To be completely honest, I don't know what the fuck this means. I assume this is some sort of creepy theory that we've all been here before and just kind of like forgot. Either that, or it's a play on how liminal spaces tend to make people feel like they're seeing a familiar space. I never got that from liminal spaces. I find liminal spaces to be fucking creepy. I find it like someone contained that moment right before a jump scare happens. That's what I find liminal spaces to be. The shady gray is a cluster of sublevels that are recognized by their black and white features. They're described as highly unstable, and fans even consider them a dead end. You could also say the same thing for my ex-girlfriend. Fuck her. The entire area is hostile to human life, and it's even said that there's no official way to get out. Nothing at all. This can mean two things. How the original post stated that the Backrooms didn't have this extensive lore and stories tied to it. It was just a space of complete isolation and potentially something being there just kind of out of sight, but it's there. The original appeal of the Backrooms, right? The other thing is a level named Nothing at All. It's an outdated article, but level Nothing at All was a hypothetical level that may exist, and the way to get in may be known. 1. Cover your eyes. 2. Take 7 steps. 3. Turn around and uncover your eyes. 4. Find the nearest ladder and climb it. 5. Go down 4 steps. 6. Yellow number between 1 and 1572. 7. Enjoy. The Matrix theory is a theory that suggests the backrooms are actually part of a simulation. However, from here, there's a slight divergence. Some believe the backrooms are a simulation, and others believe that the backrooms are sort of this unseen engine for a greater, more vast simulation that we're all a part of, right? Even considering and containing the front rooms, right? The normal world that we live in. Backrooms is an SCP. And lastly, the small theory that the backrooms themselves are an SCP from the SCP Foundation. That is not canon. I assume many people came up with this headcanon and a lot of people ran with it. Maybe. I assume. I'm much more knowledgeable on the SCP Foundation than the Backrooms. My bad. My bad, bro. I grew up in the 2000s and the 2010s. It's okay. Backrooms is new to me. Backrooms is new to me. That wraps it up. How do I end the video? I have not been making videos in general. My bad. Does anyone care? Maybe. It's like June. I've uploaded once actually. I forgot my Epstein video. Yeah, I did that in 2 days. 2-3 days. Around there. Did I ever want to talk about Epstein? Not really. It just kind of came out because my friends were like, wouldn't this be funny? And I was like, yeah, it kind of would be funny. I Backrooms though, I have wanted to make something on the Backrooms for a while. It's just my thing is I'm not heavily invested in the Backrooms lore or anything. I thought about going for the King Pixels series and just going over that. Maybe I've seen it. It's good, but it's not something I'm knowledgeable in. It's not something I dive into a lot. So this was fine. The movie's coming out. Well, actually, no, it came out already. So what better way to like finally actually try and like dive into it than by doing an iceberg? If I, well, I honestly, I did really enjoy a lot of this. Um, so that's why I made the video because I was enjoying myself. um, I do my next video. I 100% want to do this because I missed out on the last time it happened, but I want to make another iceberg on the World Cup. I am a fan of soccer, football, whatever. The internet is like assumed American, so let's just say soccer. So I missed out on the 2022 World Cup on making an iceberg for that, so I want to do it for this one. I have about 8 days before it actually starts, so I assume making it within like the first 2 weeks of the World Cup starting, it'll be fine. It'll be good. Should be good. Should be fun. And I finally get to talk about the sport I like, or the sport I'm most interested in. I like soccer. I casually like baseball. Not baseball, sorry, basketball. I don't like baseball at all. Um, Same thing with hockey. Um, NFL, football, American football. I also casually like. I mean, I'm a guy, dude. Like, you expect me to not like sports? I guess if you're curious, my basketball team, the Lakers, my football team, the Eagles. All that out of the way. Yeah, that's pretty much everything I wanted to say. This was made with autism. I forgot to say that at the beginning. This video is brought to you by autism. Bye.